There's a saying that goes, reality is stranger than fiction. But does this have any grain of truth to it? Well, there's also another popular term, a glitch in the matrix, a moment that breaks free from ordinary life. And if you want to see the many forms these glitches take, check out these entries. First and foremost, a glitch in the matrix typically takes the form in seeing the same thing appear twice at the same time as a very random coincidence. Not only do these women have the same hair and clothing, but they also have the same large black bag as they check their phones. Next up, not everyone's a fan of graffiti, but they'd probably change their minds if they saw this one. It's supposed to be a mere work of art, but it's almost like you can dip into the waters on a sunny day. Ever played a video game on an entry-level PC? The one where you had to set the settings to the lowest level? Well, it looks like these trees got transported from an old video game to real life. Even shadows can make you look twice. See, the words on this cafe are italicized. But look, due to the sunlight, the shadows show the words completely straightened out. When you hear the words, "Respect my authority," who do you remember? Check out the lens flare of this photo. Yep, this is practically South Park's badmouth funny guy Eric Cartman getting transported to our world. And right here we've got 3 prime examples of what it means to work for long hours in the office every single day. It's almost like an omnipotent being decided to copy one face and paste it twice in the same bus. Now this is just completely strange. How is this possible? If snowfall occurs, the entire surface should be covered in snow. But not in this case. This is very precise. Did someone hire a landscape contractor who can control the weather? The stuff between the bricks must conduct heat poorly compared to the brick, or those snowflakes are drunk. Dear friends and family, we are gathered here today to witness and celebrate the union of Sir Water Dispenser and Miss Water Dispenser. In the years they have been together, many office workers have stayed hydrated. We are all truly grateful. If you've ever been to school, you know how difficult it is to remember someone's name in a large lecture class. But it gets even harder when 2 people pretty much have the same hair and fashion sense. Who's your real group mate now? This is just cheating. If you've ever had to chop garlic into fine pieces, you know how you need to separate the cloves first. But this particular garlic, nope. I'm pretty sure this garlic came from the future. Here's to a cloveless cooking session. Did someone create this on purpose? Or is this the perfect transition of the tiles from one pattern to another in an undisputed glitch in the matrix? They almost look odd together, right until you see how the lines fit together. You all know what a wishing well is, right? Toss a coin, then make a wish. But what if the coin won't even go down? For example, this Japanese coin, which is so light it just wants to defy gravity. So as a precaution, do not drop this in a well. Your wish will be ignored. Unless they're in a Pixar film, cars shouldn't be able to talk. But what if through a glitch in our fabric of reality, vehicles develop a way to communicate? Because this truck looks very, very friendly out on the road thanks to that shadow. The instructions were pretty simple, Bob. A light brown cone and a vanilla ice cream coated with chocolate. How sleepy were you to not do a single one of those correctly? Or will you blame the ice cream machine? Again. Looks like these dogs are out to audition for a remake of the Harry Potter film franchise. They just need one more head, and voila! You've got a golden variant of the Cerberus. But then you'd have to throw more than one stick for fetching. 2 people looking the same is already very unusual. But a similar pair? The only possible explanation here is if 2 twins somehow got married to a pair of twins as well. Or, and hear me out here, they just got out of a cloning machine. Trees can get big, but most green vegetables are pretty small. But look at this tree. Look at it. It's as if Jack and the Beanstalk became Jack and the Broccoli. You get shade and a lot of nutrition. Imagine what would happen if you wake up and right in front of you is yourself sleeping. The same clothing and appearance. A freaky moment, for sure. But maybe, just maybe, the hoodie was on sale that day. It's the hottest look of the season, ladies. A comfy white jacket, a black leather shoulder bag, and what seems to be a dark blue skirt. Bonus points if you've got a fiery hair color to warm up the otherwise cold and moody weather. Looks like we found a temporal glitch right here. Maybe this was fate all along. This phone case must have wanted to see its ancestry, because this desk has been around in a school library since 1982. Ah, it's so nice to be a cat. You can just be lazy all day and demand your human to feed you and then... But what's this? Something more beautiful than the green field outside? Could that be my gorgeous feline self? Here's another time issue. A Chinese couple appeared in the same photo as teenagers, 11 years before they met each other. They're married now with 2 daughters. Maybe we've got the red structure to blame. You guys know the movie Inception, right? Because this large thing sure looks like a red totem, and somehow its temporal elements got 2 people together much earlier than expected. Now this is a glitch you'd want to happen more than once. Vending machines are very tempting, and they always manage to empty what's left of our change. But with this type of glitch, we can finally reap all of the snacks. If only all the snacks weren't preventing you from opening the bottom. A single camera and 2 very different visual moments. A cloudy day and a clear day, all in a single photo. Whoever took this should upgrade their graphics card. The sky shouldn't take that long to render. Hey, why don't we go to the beach? It's currently low tide anyway, so we can enjoy walking on the… Wait a minute. Yeah, this is totally normal. A pile of pianos on top of one another? This is a good landmark in case we get lost, I guess. Hello, human. What wisdom do you seek on this beautiful day? 5 bones and I'll tell you both the winning lottery numbers and whether it will rain or not. Don't worry, no palm reading required. First, low quality trees, then a giant broccoli tree. Now this? Someone out there wants to completely redesign the very nature of trees, and I'm not entirely sure whether I'm against it or not, honestly. Finally, we've got definitive proof that we live in a simulation. Don't tell us that's a B-2 stealth bomber. Nope, that's an animated glitch in the sky. The same thing you'd expect in a bug-filled video game. Oh look, it's the Blue Man Group, but it looks like they've switched things up, huh? Blue shirts instead of blue skin? We appreciate the change, guys. We won't bother you at all. Just keep writing your next skits. This is what happens when you don't respond to your grandmother's queries and she wants you to come and visit for cookies. Now she's created multiple copies of herself to go to your house and flood it with home-baked goods. Life hasn't been easy for Felix. His nightly food hunting adventures haven't been that fruitful. Thus, our feline pal had to earn a living to get him well fed, and it looks like he got the part. The human's surprised his cat didn't tell him anything though. Look, we have to be as environmentally conscious as possible, and what better way than to replace 2 of our car's wheels than with perfectly shaped bushes? Just like our tires, we only have to water them to stay clean. Reputation is such a nice album. I wonder how much Taylor Swift paid to promote… Oh, advertising her latest project has gotten this creative, huh? You go, girl. Now we just need a couple of speakers to play the tunes. I understand the situation. Vincent van Gogh just wanted someone to talk to, and being on the tube is a surefire way to find someone. Let's hope he enjoys traveling to our time period. He should check out his own works. Greetings, human. As a bird, I'd like to know more about myself. Is that my species? How wonderful. Just stay right on that page, okay? I just want to know where I should travel next, since it's getting cold. Here's a lovely glitch. 20 years ago, he visited an air show with his uncle and grandfather. That made him want to become a pilot, and he did exactly that. But more surprising is how he's using the exact same aircraft identified with the same code. Welcome to Canada. In front of you is a truck displaying the natural wonders of Canada. In front of that truck is the view itself. Regardless of where you look, you'll find our snowy mountains and pine forests. Okay, big guy, which specific time wizard did you contact to get all these results? The same digits for the zip code, shirt, race number, and your finishing time? You should have entered the lottery. This guy proves you don't need to learn any spells to summon a dragon. Just learn to become a fire breather, and the fire becomes the dragon itself. Still, I'm not sure if his parents would want a dragon as their daughter-in-law. It seems that the truck isn't the only form of transportation that wants to talk to people. A guy took a lovely shot of a lightning strike, and the boat must have been thoroughly impressed. You're right, boat. Perfect timing indeed. It's not just the bird that wants to learn more about itself. Even this butterfly is more than eager to find out what makes it different from all other flying insects. Who said education is only received within the 4 corners of the classroom? What a lovely sport. Even if you miss the center, you'll still get to get rid of the pesky flying insects that's been buzzing around and sucking your blood. You might not win the game, but you surely have a fighting chance as a dart-using mosquito hunter. Glitches are offered to anyone and everyone, and this guy's blind son just got a ton of luck. Despite not having a sense of sight, he managed to get himself a 4-leaf clover. It's an incredible find, and surely the first of many. If you've ever wondered why we truly needed fingerprint technology, just take a look at this photo. A century ago, 2 similar-looking men were sent to prison. One was named Will West, the other William West. Soon enough, the guards got confused as to whether one was already sentenced or not. Eventually, they realized they were 2 different men. This one is pretty grim. Remember the Florida shooting? Well, one guy's phone got 2 updates, and well, you get the point. They're totally unrelated, but the same number just makes this a very freaky incident. Facebook wants you to think that this is merely a coincidence, but we know the truth. The social media platform has garnered so much intelligence that it can create collages that align perfectly whenever it pleases. If you've seen the film In Bruges, you'd think that it might not be such a good place to visit, but the view offered both at the back of the truck and on the phone seems to suggest the opposite. Alright truck, we're following you to Bruges. And finally, here's an Australian who visited Greece. At a hotel, he found half of an Australian bank card, showing the same 6 numbers and date as his card. He panicked, of course, but realized that his card was safely in his room. Phew! With all of these glitches in the Matrix, I'm pretty sure that normal life isn't as normal as it is. As long as you look in the right places at the right time, you'll surely find oddities here and there. Which glitch did you think was the most amazing? Let me know in the comments down below.